Sick of doing the same old, and it's time to get the hell out of the house. Last minute, spur of the moment. That's what's going on today. I think Mr. Hatfield has had enough about being at the house, and without any notification, he's like, well, let's go to Fanghorn Forest. And I'm like, okay. Pretty much how it happened. Time to get out, yeah. So anyway, we are headed out to this campsite that we call Fanghorn Forest. We actually might not go there if we're going to check out this other campsite that we were trying to get to previously. But apparently there was a swamp and a couple of trees that had been pushed down in front of it. We moved the trees with the Subaru, which was kind of funny. And then we got to.
It was an impressive feat for this.
Yeah, this little Subaru did it. But yeah, we're going to check that campsite out and see if it's passable this time. And we may camp there. If not, our fallback plan is the old trusty Fanghorn Forest campsite. Don't try Googling that, guys. It ain't going to show up anything. It's just a nickname that Jeff came up with. Anyway, we'll see if we can call in some squatches tonight. We'll get with you when we're on location. Okay, so we came out here to check to see if we could get into these campsites over here, and we came upon this muddy area. So found some stuff. I mean, you can obviously see my tracks, but there's also other tracks in here. And there's a series of tracks where something has walked down through here that's got me curious too. I'm probably going to end up, as you can see, it's really soupy. I'm going to try to get some better video footage of that if I can get over here and walk around. Sorry, I'm not using my fancy gimbal right now, but this is interesting.
Here was pushed over, you can still see it attached to the stump, but the one that's laying on top of that, had to be carried in. There's nothing here, and this branch up here goes that way. So if this tree was to fall like in that direction, it would have took out that branch. You know what I mean?
Huh.
And so it's just kind of odd how it's right here in the V.
Right.
But that one here had to be carried in.
And it's also right here in a place where people coming in here would see it. It's a good place to put a sign. As you can see, this place is squatchy. It's hard to say what they're saying, but they're definitely saying something. I don't know, I was kind of sad to see that my footprint tracks, pretty sure they're human, but there's one over there that I thought had toes in it, and come to find out it was just some coyotes that stepped on it, and geez, I'm gonna get through here. You can see these are, pretty sure these are human.
Yeah, somebody walked up there before I did.
I thought that was toes at first. Right there, you can kind of see, but that's actually a coyote footprint in there. Got me all riled up. Look at that. I think that's a bobcat track. About the right size. Ah. Ain't this place squatchy? Oh.
There's something just odd or peculiar about this area. You know?
Yeah, I bet you. What is making that knocking noise? Is that a woodpecker? Oh, that's not a woodpecker. That's a squatch pretending to be a woodpecker. Yeah, whatever. Oh. How in the world am I ever going to sell Sasquatch videos if I don't jump on every woodpecker that comes through? Oh, that's right. We're not selling anything. Oh, yeah. Maybe I should. I don't know. Okay, what in the Sam hell we got here? That's that's a part of an armadillo shell over there. Looks like something picked a dilla clean over here. Huh, okay. So, this is kind of odd and strange. Do you think snow did this? This wasn't here. This wasn't like this the last time we was in here, was it?
It's possible because that we see it broke off there.
Yeah.
Looks like it's kind of rotten.
Yeah, but look at the other ones.
Yeah.
These are cedars, man.
Well, it's kind of just crazy. It's just kind of like in a bowl right here. You
Yeah.
know? So I mean, it is unusual looking this way. Everything's laid out.
I don't know that this is not natural, but it definitely strikes me as odd. Now this is what squatching is supposed to be about. Nice hammock, a nice day, kick back, chill out. Don't forget, you're supposed to have fun when you're out here too. It shouldn't all be work. If it's not fun, you'll get tired of it and quit doing it. Yeah. Anyway, we've got our campsite. We'll probably relax and goof off until dark, and then maybe we'll try to call them in, see what happens. Who knows? Wish us luck.
So did you see where the craters aren't really from asteroids? They're from anchor points from where it was hauled in to the Earth's orbit. It's all science. I mean,
Totally legit, right?
Oh yeah.
Well, here in a little bit, we're going to have to walk down the road a little ways, and we're going to have to introduce a new sound to the big guys. See if they see if it will encourage them to come check us out. I think you never know. Micah, have you seen my gimbal yet?
No.
It's supposed to help keep it steady.
Yeah.
I'm sure that there are bad ones out there. just like there's bad people, but I would say the lion's share of them are either not bad or they're smart enough to know that if a human comes up missing, that they're going to, bare minimum, they're going to have to relocate. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And having to relocate is going to be a pain in the ass. And, but yeah, I feel pretty confident that when I was a kid down at the farm that they were down there then. And, you know, I was by myself 95% of the time, you know, playing down by the spring and hanging out and looking back on it all, you know. Then there was that night that I saw the glowing eyes in the corral. And I told Grandpa about it. He was like, oh, it's just a cow. Knowing what I know now, though. But that and all the time I got in trouble for leaving the granary door open, which happened to be where we kept the dog and cat food.
And you didn't?
Nah. I mean, I think whatever it was getting in there a couple times a week and helping itself to small amounts of dog and cat food. And then they just didn't shut the door. And I was like, I know I shut that door. Because, I mean, you shut the door and then there was like this little piece of wood that you had to twist. And, you know, I don't know. I just don't think I was leaving it open. So, but yeah, I'm with you. I think with the sheer volume of time that I've spent in the woods and you've spent in the woods, I mean, if they're out to kill us, they're definitely not doing a good job of it. And they're big enough, they could get the job done. So, as you guys can see, that is a mouse. He's hopping around over there. Isn't that cool? That mouse is probably 20, 25 feet away. These Seek thermal deals that plug into your cell phone, they're not the best in the world. But close range, economy, thermal imaging, they're pretty good. And for the record, there is something that we keep hearing over here behind Mr. Hatfield that every once in a while it will break a branch or make some kind of noise, and I seriously doubt that it's the mouse. Oh yeah, we should probably check the tops of the trees. If I saw something big and warm in the top of the trees, I would probably... These are really big trees. What kind of trees did you say these were? Junipers?
Yeah.
They're really tall, which is part of the reason why we call this place Fanghorn Forest. I gotta admit, this little thermal imaging, you've got one of these too, don't you, Micah?
Yeah.
You gotta admit, they're, for the money, they're pretty handy.
They are.
Thought I saw something.
Yes.
Okay, guys, we are gonna try something new, something different. One thing we do know for sure is chances are they've never heard this noise before. And I don't know if I can get it to work. You know. Well, if it works for Crocodile Dundee, it works for me. Hopefully, they'll be curious and they'll come in to check it out. The theory is that it may not be audible for humans from long distances, but it may be audible for something with better hearing at really long distances, if that makes any sense. If they are all about frequency or vibration, whatever, this could really get their curiosity going. We'll see. Okay, so Jeff is coming down the road. I'm guessing he heard it. We'll see. We were kind of conducting an experiment.
Yeah, there he is.
Jeff is 150 yards out, maybe 130. Human-sized target. Definitely not in the small, scrawny category. And there he comes. So even at 100, and I'm going to say that's 100 yards, maybe. We're still picking up a heat signature from a human. Out of a, what would you say, Mike, a $200 machine?
Yeah.
That's not bad. Matter of fact, I'm going to do this again. Well, if they're any good at all at pinpointing sounds, they'll know exactly where we're at. Well, Jeff, could you hear it from the campsite?
Just barely, but it wasn't loud enough to pick up on
Was it?
audio either.
Okay.
And from where I was there tying my shoe, I was like, I was surprised that you guys were just right here. So
Well,
it wasn't very loud.
That's the theory, though, is that the sound is supposed to carry long distances. Maybe I need to buy a better, whatever it's called. I don't know. But I guess we can slowly make our way back to camp and see if it, if it's creating a vibration, And I think the point is it's supposed to be carrying long distances. Some people believe that they pick up on frequencies and vibrations, and if there's any truth to that, this thing should get their attention. So, boy, you can really see the stars. Sounds like the workings of Baal. I want you guys to come over here and come behind me. Okay, just off to the side of the road. Oh, excuse me. To the left. It almost looks like something is moving. Something warm is moving behind that tree. Do you see what I'm talking about? Yes. Yes, I'm recording. Is it my imagination, or does it appear to be slightly moving?
Yeah. It went up and down, didn't it?
Yeah. It almost looks like it's kind of large.
Not really that hot though, or black, is it?
No, it's white hot.
Might be a deer, like looking up and down.
I don't know what it is. I don't know, but it almost looks like it's...
Oh, yeah, that's moving.
Can you zoom any?
I don't know. Here, hold this thing. Somebody, this thing.
Here. Got it?
Yeah. Okay, hold on. I don't know what I'm doing here. There he goes. I'm almost scared to try to screw with the phone. There we go. Wow, it worked. What in the hell? Is it my imagination, or maybe is there more than one thing there?
I think it could be,
Can you zoom in anymore?
I already did. Oh, hell, I can. Whatever that is, it's behind the trees.
Yeah. I don't know if it's more than one or it's big enough that it's, sticking out both ways.
or like maybe a big tree down that soaked up a lot of heat right there or something.
Whatever that is, it's warmer than the trees around it.
Yeah.
This is odd.
It's moving again.
Must be. I'm just... I mean, I'm not seeing any major movements, but I'm seeing movement.
Yeah. It's hard to tell if it's like the pixelation or if there is something. But there's something there. I mean,
Well, let's
in the picture.
see. There's some trees over here, and they look warmer, but those trees, that's because these trees, the people watching the video, I don't know. I may be just imagining things, but and it is right there on the road where it could see a long ways. What do we got over here? I don't know. Well, I'll tell you what the smart thing to do. We'll head back to camp. See if whatever it is follows us.
Yeah. Look back up this way once.
Which way?
Back up the road.
Okay. This thing. There we go. Well, did you hear something?
No, I was just thinking we're all looking that way.
Oh,
And
well, that's a good point. Well, as dark as it is, it would not be hard for something to sneak up on us if it was stealthy. Let's go ahead and whatever it is appears to be still there. Unless it's just
yeah, I don't know if it's moving or if it's just,
I don't know either.
the mirage from the warmth.
I'm glad I got the gimbal.
Yeah, that's a lot better, isn't it?
Well, the gimbal helps stabilize it. Otherwise, I'd be shaking more. I don't know. Let's move. See, right in the middle of the screen? Whatever that is, it's right there by where the gate was, right where we were standing. That's got to be our imagination. See how hot and warm the tree is?
That's not the gate, is it?
I don't think so. But it looks like... I don't know.
That looks like the end of the gate where you walk around it.
Yeah, there's one right there, and then there's that. But those could be just warm trees. I don't know. This thermal imaging stuff isn't everything you would want it to be, but it is cool. Okay, guys, we've got a problem. So we're out here at this campsite at Canton WMA. It is a Saturday, and it just so happens that there are some people camping over here. We want you guys to chime in. If we are going to be doing some calling of the Bigfoot, is it our duty as human beings to inform the other campers that we are going to be making some really weird noises? Or do we just let them find out when they hear it? I've got a special surprise tonight. But personally, the way I look at it, and I don't know about you guys, but if they know that we're out here squatching, they may decide, oh, let's get up at 2 o'clock in the morning and let's start grunting and, shaking the trees and stuff. If they know what we're doing, it almost taints our evidence. You know what I mean? But if they have no idea what we're doing, they'll get scared, but our evidence will probably be more pure, if that makes sense. So anyway, you guys chime in and think it's our duty to to let them know if we're going to be making some scary noises or if it's not. I don't know. There we go. Taters are not done. The onion is already caramelized and pretty much done. But the taters,
How long before the taters, you think?
I don't know. It's kind of hard to say. So the topic of whether or not the Sasquatch people live here at Canton WMMA. MMA. Did you hear that? WMA. I'd like to watch some Sasquatch MMA. That could get interesting. Not that I'd wish it on them. And I wouldn't want to go against them. But we were talking about whether or not they live here year-round or just temporarily, or if they come here seasonally. And my thoughts are that they live here all year long. But that's just me. And Jeff, what was you saying about them? There's not a whole lot, not an abundance of reports.
Yeah, I mean, I think there's enough area and there's enough food and there's enough pig, but I think that they may, winter here or summer here or fall here, just every once in a while come to this area, and because you just don't hear a lot of stories like you hear about them in southeast Oklahoma. Like people down there, they know and all this, and yeah, they're here around here, but you just don't hear a lot of stories here, and it makes me think that, well, they're here, but they may not just live here all year round, but just on a seasonal type deal.
Now, Micah, what tribe is it that lives over here? Is it the Cheyenne and
Arapaho.
Cheyenne Arapaho? They've got a little. I don't know that they have an official reservation here, but they live in this area.
If you go down south, there is a reservation.
Okay. Well, anyway, so there is a Native American group here, and who knows what if they're not talking, it's hard to say, but it kind of goes back to that. What was it I was calling that? The geographic phenomenon bias factor of this area. If the general consensus of everybody in the area is that Bigfoot is a myth, then even if people that do see it, they won't report it, And I don't know, like down in southeastern Oklahoma, everybody talks about it, and if you go into the cafe in Broken Bow and two guys are in there talking about a Sasquatch, nobody thinks anything of that, But if you're over here at Fairview and you're in the cafe and everybody's going to be listening, thinking that they need to call the people from Fort Supply to come collect your ass. So I don't know. I mean, and another thing, I don't know if you guys are aware of this, but the population of Blaine County is extremely low. I don't know. I've got it written down in my notes, but there's only like 10,000 people in this whole county. And you take like LaFleur County. LaFleur County probably has 3 times as many people down there. And when there's multiple things that have to happen for there to be a Sasquatch report. First of all, there has to be a Sasquatch, and second of all, there has to be a human that is there to see it. So the two have to converge. But the last thing that has to happen is there has to be a human that would be willing to talk about it. But I'll say this about this area. There's a hell of a lot more wildlife here than there is down in southeastern Oklahoma. Wouldn't you agree, Micah? I mean, just deer alone.
Yeah, I run into a lot more deer in this area than down there.
Yeah. They do have hogs.
Yeah, that's not really wildlife.
Yeah. And we always see hogs, and they probably, you know, there's fish down there too. But I would say that we've probably got, from what I've seen, I'm going to guess that we've got 10 deer for every one that they have down there.
At least that's visible.
Yeah, I mean, hell, we was down there that one time for 3 or 4 days, and we all we saw were 2 deer.
Yeah.
But we saw the same 2 deer
Yeah.
on 2 different occasions. It was really weird. I don't know. I think we've got more food sources, but then you got that what's going on up in Kansas. I don't know how much I've talked to you guys about that, but the deal in Kansas, it seems like they're in them cornfields. That one that Scotty saw with his family coming home at night, they were on the edge of a cornfield.
Yeah.
And it just seems like I don't know where it was, but I heard a report. Some guy reported that he saw a Sasquatch in a cornfield, and it was pulling the whole plant up by the roots, and it had him stacking it in his arms. And so I'm thinking that maybe they eat the roots in the corn or something. I don't know.
Or maybe use it for bedding or something.
Might have been. Yeah. But you know that it's been reported that they eat the roots of the cattails.
Yeah.
And
I've done that.
yeah. But yeah, you just did that to prove a point. You can't put enough salt on something like that.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know if they're here all year long or not. I think if they want it, I will say this: there's not as much cover as there is in southeastern Oklahoma. There's cover here, but not the sheer volume of it. And so I will say this: I don't think it would support near the population that southeastern Oklahoma does.